Hi! If you saw my last video, I gave Norm the e-scooter, and he was super happy about it. And if you saw the video before that, my e-bike was stolen. Well, Norm was very grateful and felt bad, so he gave me these two e-scooters. But they don't work. Regardless, I'm very grateful. That was very, very kind of him. So what's happening with them is when you plug them in, they're fully charged. It says they're fully charged. And when you try to turn them on, nothing really happens. Sometimes they do this little click, just like that, where it's one click and then a blue flash. These scooters are the Hiboy Max V2s. They're both the exact same one, but they do seem to have slight differences. Like this one's got the brake on the right, this one on the left, and the bell is actually integrated into the brake here. While this one, it's separate. So I'm not quite sure why, but I do have one suspicion as to why they're not working. Both these scooters have a rear mudguard with a rear tail light. I'll throw up a photo for reference. So obviously the rear tail light needs a wire to it. And both of these scooters had those wires ripped out, and we're just left with these loose wires. Now, I'm not an electrician, but I'm curious if I complete the circuit with the tail light. I actually happen to have one in here. It might start. I don't know, but I feel like that's the easiest thing to do, so I'm gonna start with that. Whew. These guys are way heavier than the other one. Yeah, so like I said, first thing first, I'm gonna try to complete that circuit. So I just need to, oh my God, how long is this? I'm gonna strip these wires down so they're a little more cleaned up and not so janky looking. I'm not gonna solder them right away, but I'm at least gonna connect them just on the pins and see if that even works or does anything. Here's the little circuit board for the rear tail light. Very, very straightforward. Positive, negative. And then the red plastic housing that went with it. So yeah, just gonna strip down the wires and place them on these two and see if that even does anything. Gotta start small. These wires are too small for this tool, so do the OG method. Clean them up. Here's the board. Fingers crossed. That would be the sickest and easiest solution ever. Alright, well, I didn't have high hopes, but seems like that doesn't do anything. So I guess we just gotta start taking it apart. It's probably a controller. That's the more realistic thing to check. Oh, of course, it went all the way back there. remove that. Okay, well that's connected, as it should be. And I wonder if you can see. So, if you saw my video where I was working with the 9-bot ES2 or ES4, it's the same thing. The tube is actually full, but in this case, this one is completely empty. So I knew that the battery lives here, but I guess maybe the controller lives down there too. So yeah, nothing inside. Of course, I got a billion screws to remove, so I'm not going to use the provided screwdriver. That sucks. I'm just going to get a power tool. I don't know why I wasn't doing that in the first place. It's stripped? Hold on. No. This one can't be stripped. I'll get back to that one. I missed some hidden screws that were covered with these plugs, so. Yay, she's free. And there's the battery, which I don't think is the culprit, but we should test that anyways. Okay, so learning things here. The charger seems to be good. The charger outputs 42 volts. If I test it, it says it's 42 volts, so that's good. Charger's good. But when I plug it into the battery, only reads 4.6. So the battery is super dead. But when I plug it in, it's not charging the battery, which I assume might be a controller issue. I'm going to do some research on that, but that makes the most sense because it's not like I'm charging the battery directly through the charger, right? Maybe I sound stupid saying that. Like I said, I'm not an electrician. I don't know that well. But all I know is I checked the charger and it's outputting the correct amount of voltage, and the battery is only at 4 volts. So the battery is super, super dead. I'm going to see online if there's, how do I check if a controller is bad? My e-scooter that I gave to Norm, I probably went through 4 or 5 controllers just because they're really poorly, cheaply made, and you know. So yeah, I'm guessing controller. So while I was looking at everything deeper, besides this lovely hot glue job of every single connector I'm finding in here, I did notice that this battery is loose and the mounts are a bit cracked. And then I see this sticker. I don't know if you can tell. Water detection. Uh-oh. So was this battery pack compromised by some water? How did these mounts break and everything? Not sure. And that would not be good. That means I would need a new battery. Or at least maybe we got lucky and just the sticker got splashed. But come on, let's be real. Since I know it's just this bottom piece, I think I'm going to open up the other scooter. Take a look inside. See if the situation looks similar to this one. Alright, so this battery pack looks a lot cleaner besides this one little gash and the plastic wrap. But you know, that's just plastic wrap. Mounts are not broken on either side. This one doesn't even have a water contamination sticker, so I can't tell, but you know, it just looks pretty clean under here. Same exact controller. But if I check the voltage, which I'll have to do with one hand, apologies for the background sounds. It says 26. So this one seems to be a decent battery, which is partially charged. So I'm hoping maybe this one has a bad controller and the other one has a bad battery. So I'm gonna swap around some parts and hopefully we can Frankenstein one working one that way. Okay, so off camera, super quickly, I just swapped the batteries over with the controllers. So, I mean, I didn't want to just disassemble anything because that'd be a waste if it didn't work. Yeah, so pretty much this battery is now attached to this one and vice versa. Just swapped them over like that. And it didn't make a difference. No difference at all. Press it, nothing. Same with this one, I press it, nothing. So I'm thinking maybe both controllers are bad. I'm gonna maybe try to swap because I know my old scooter had an issue with this. It's not a controller, it's something else, but these would go bad too. So I'm gonna see maybe if swapping these guys will change anything. I doubt it, but you know, I might as well try before I put an order in for a controller, because the website thankfully still sells them, and I think they're only like 40 to 50 bucks. So worst case, I, you know, just order one of those and test it out. Great news. I didn't quite give up. I was actually going to plug in the charger in each one and see if that made a difference after the battery swap. And to do that, I had to unplug, flip the stuff over, and replug them in again. And when I did that, I tried to turn them on just for good luck, and this one turned on, so now this one is working great. Display is showing up. Even has the cruise control on. So that is fantastic news. We're gonna go ahead and assemble this one now. It looks like it was I guess a battery issue with that one. I don't think that controller is bad. Maybe it's just a bad battery. I am very confused now because it looks like, according to this is the good controller and this is the good battery, but this is the battery that tested low voltage and has that water contamination sticker, yet it says full charge, and it worked great, as we just showed. So I guess I messed something up while testing. I'm glad I tried this out again before ordering a whole controller. Yeah, let's pull this battery out and just install it into this one. Different day, different shirt. Don't question it. Battery's out. Time to put it in the other scooter, but thought I would show. This one was a little damaged, the mounts and stuff, so I'm just gonna super glue these in just so they're a little better looking. But in case you were curious how these batteries are made, it's just a bunch of these little 18650 batteries. You can see 18650 right there. Yeah, I'm gonna super glue this super quick and then just kind of tape up this protective film a little more so it's not that exposed. And then we'll transfer her over. I'm gonna cut this video short because it's just gonna be footage of me standing completely still holding this in. Yeah, gonna cut this short. Pack is super glued and repaired. So gonna plug it in one more time off camera and then remove that battery and start installing this one. Before I do that, I wanted to test it one more time. I feel so dumb, but I think it's actually 40 volts and I was just reading it as 4 because I had it on a different setting. That would make more sense. Oops. Oh my god, this thing is just glued in with super duper glue. I see why the tabs were broken on the other one. Someone might have been trying to pull it off earlier. Oh, it's got this like glued matter on the back of it. Spent the last 15 minutes just prying at it, and I broke a little tab off doing so, and God, what a pain. I'm actually sweating. Anyways, this bad battery, because yeah, I'm gonna say this is the bad battery. This battery's gone, so, or at least I'll try to charge it. I don't know, not sure. This battery's out. Now we can put in the one that I already repaired and is working. I forgot that this scooter has trouble folding up and down. It's only the other one, so I gotta swap the controller and battery over to that one. That's gonna be it for this video. We successfully diagnosed and quote unquote fixed the scooter, except this chassis is having issue folding. So in the next one, we're gonna fully fix the folding issue. Either try to swap everything over to that one, only swap the folding mechanism over to this one. And along with that, just some major cleanup, like I'd like to get this fender on the one that's working, because this one doesn't have a fender, but this motor has a lot better tread than this one. And then I want to 3D print that tail cover and resolder the wires to the tail light, but that'll be for next time. Anyways, thanks for watching. At least we got it to work. I could ride it like a unicycle.